It's Friday, September 8th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories about pretty much anything from pretty much anywhere and trying to give it to you in 5 minutes or less. Today, we're talking about adventures in Florida. That's right, we're talking about a Florida man today. And this time, a Florida man that tried to cross the Atlantic Ocean in a human-sized hamster wheel. Let's take a look at this article. So we're gonna look at a couple articles here. First, we're gonna read this article from The Guardian. It's short, but then we have another one from the Daytona News Journal, and it actually goes pretty in-depth and has a lot more information along with some video and stuff. Man trying to cross Atlantic in giant hamster wheel charged over alleged knife threat. U.S. Coast Guard says Reza Baluchi stopped off South Carolina coast, threatened crew with knife and warning of bomb. So that's one thing I heard about this the first time around, was that he was making threats with a bomb, saying he's going to kill himself, that kind of stuff, right? But on the other hand, this is not the first time this guy has been in trouble with the law, or I'll say has had run-ins with the law over crossing the Atlantic. We'll get into that later as well. A serial adventurer intercepted off the South Carolina coast during his latest attempt to cross the Atlantic in a makeshift hydropod was charged with criminal conduct on the high seas after holding off U.S. Coast Guard crews with a knife and threats of a homemade bomb, court papers say. Reza Baluchi, an Iranian-born resident of Florida, was stopped 70 miles from Georgetown in the vessel resembling a giant hamster wheel. He told officers he was trying to reach London. Charging documents filed in federal court in Miami say the 44-year-old was conducting a manifestly unsafe voyage. Officers observed the contraption held together by wire and buoys, but efforts to board it failed when Baluchi replied that he was armed with a 12-inch knife and would attempt to commit suicide should the U.S. Coast Guard officers attempt to remove him. They also saw Baluchi with wires in his hand, the document said, adding that he threatened to blow himself up with a bomb if they insisted on coming on board. Baluchi later admitted the bomb threat was a hoax. You know what, right off the bat, just based on this report, this guy could probably use a different approach when it comes to dealing with law enforcement officers. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just me though. The incident, which took place on August 26, just as Hurricane Franklin was powering up in the Western Atlantic, was the fourth time the U.S. Coast Guard had stopped Baluchi from attempting such a voyage. Fourth time. His previous efforts in 2014, 2016, and 2021 in similar homemade craft were all terminated close to the U.S. coastline, the Coast Guard said, adding that he failed to submit the hydropod used for his latest try for inspection by the service's marine inspectors, as he was required to do so. He was taken aboard a cutter for basic medical attention, food, water, and shelter, according to a statement, before being transferred to Miami, where he was arrested. Baluchi's website describes him as a peace-loving adventurer who wants to run through 198 recognized countries and paddle an hydropod across the ocean, showing the world that anything is possible if you believe. So let's take a look at a video here, just in regards to a little information about what Mr. Baluchi is trying to do here.
When I heard about the bubble, I was just amazed. I just never heard of anything like this.
If you drive a boat, nobody cares. Bubble, nobody did before.
Like a hamster inside a wheel, the world-class athlete planned to walk on water more than 1,000 miles.
This is a Vice article, by the way, or a Vice video. I will have this linked as well.
From Miami to Bermuda.
No one person is going to overcome the ocean. There was only going to be a bad outcome. This is by far the most bizarre case that I was involved with.
So there's no motors. He runs in that thing and powers it from
here to Bermuda.
With the Bermuda Triangle and all these vessels disappearing over the years, they thought it was a suicide mission.
I really didn't know
And rightfully so. I'm imagining this is his wife.
if he was going to come home alive or not. They were saying how it cost taxpayer money and the crazy Florida man. I mean, we can't help what people think.
Sir, we know how this is going to end.
You follow your dream. Dream no coming after you. You must follow your dream.
So that's a little introduction to this Vice video about this guy. Like I said, I will link that down in the description. Let's take a quick run through these photos. It'll talk to us about what Baluchi's hamster wheel is made of. Baluchi's hydropod is a 10x6 wheel of 3mm thick plastic around an aluminum frame with buoys and flotation devices all around the outer rings. There is no motor. He propels it by running, walking, or crawling like a giant hamster wheel. Baluchi said in 2021 he could make 6 knots in his bubble, which he says is registered in Florida as a watercraft. So let's take a look at this. Here we go. We take a look at some of these pictures of this thing. Aluminum frame. May the wind be at your back and the sun shine upon your face. I can't make that part out. Godspeed. And I can't make that last part out either. Oh my goodness. The audacity of somebody to write this. Hope you don't sink. Why would you write that? That's just asking. Yeah, look inside there. Doesn't look very comfortable. Where's this man gonna sleep? Like, he's just gonna sleep inside this thing on the water? And what about all the storms? There's a lot of storms and stuff on the ocean, you know? I'm assuming this is his registration of some sort as a watercraft. So that's where we're gonna leave this one for now. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this article as well as the other article and his website and these videos. Everything, all the links will be down in the description like always. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this guy has a fighting chance to get across the Atlantic Ocean and reach London, and the Coast Guard should just let him be if he's got the correct safety measures? Or you think this guy's just out of his mind and it's a suicide mission like the experts are saying? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.